Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
We're so thrilled to have on the show ACM award-winning singer, songwriter, entertainer. She's amazing. Jamie O'Neill, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, this past October, you introduced a holiday album, Spirit and Joy, and what a great album. How did this come about?
You. Well, at the end of 2020, I'd already put out a brand new album, and I thought, I want to keep it going. I want something new for the fans. And to me, it made sense to put out a Christmas song. One of my favorites is Joni Mitchell, River.
Right.
And once I'd put that out, I totally got the bug for Christmas music, and I said I want to do a whole album. So
wow.
We went back in the studio. And
it's so much fun listening to this album also, Jamie, to where you involved your husband, who is an award-winning engineer.
Yes.
And I guess this is the first time that you guys did a duet together.
The first time, and I kind of let him, I let him lead the way on this one because Please Come Home for Christmas is his favorite Christmas song. He's a huge Don Henley fan. And he said, not a lot of people have done that one. Let's do something new and let's do it as a duet.
Right.
So, yeah, we tried it and it worked great. And, it's funny because in between takes, of course, we're arguing about, and then we'd go back to recording and everything would be great. And then we'd argue a little bit more and then we'd go back to recording.
That is such a married couple. Well, and also, I mean, the whole album is like a family album also because you have your dad on here, your sister, and your daughter.
Right, absolutely. Family is everything to me, and especially to me, Christmas time. It's all about being with family and people you love, and so it was important to me to get them on there.
So how did you end up, fellow ACM award winner Collin Raye, how did you get Collin to come in on Silver Bells?
We had done a project for Sennheiser microphones, so we had already recorded the song together. And actually, when I knew Collin was going to come in, because we were each doing individual songs as well,
right.
I said, Collin, will you sing with me? I've always wanted to sing a duet with you. And he said, sure. He goes, what about Silver Bells? So it was actually his idea.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he agreed to have me put it on the album. So that was a thrill. Yeah. I'm a huge Collin Raye fan. As a human being and a vocalist, he's amazing.
He certainly is. But I mean, the whole album is so cohesive. It's tough to pick a favorite song on there. Obviously, the first one, Christmas, really hit a chord with me, and also River, which you released early. And you've got 3 videos out with it too, right?
Right, exactly. River we did on the bridge, the Shelby Bridge downtown. At night, it was cold. It was freezing. And then we've done a video for Please Come Home for Christmas and For Christmas.
Right.
Your favorite songs.
Yes.
So look for those out now.
It's just such a great album. And I wanted to bring up also, some of our viewers may not realize your incredible history. It's like, certainly with your hit songs, and as a songwriter, you've had, so many other A-list artists record your songs.
Thank you.
And what a great blessing. But
amazing. When Martina McBride did How Far, I'm gonna faint. I mean, she's one of my favorite singers, ever. And I was just blown away that she loved the song. So it meant a lot.
Well, and some viewers may not realize, what a great musical history you're steeped in, starting to sing at 8 and coming from a family of musicians, born in Sydney, Australia, but then you tour the United States in an RV with your family playing shows.
Crazy, right? Are we crazy? I always say I think that's why my parents got divorced. An RV is just a little too small to have as your home, traveling around and working with dogs and with band members. And so we would caravan down the road. We'd be in the RV with our names painted on the side, and the band members would be behind that in their individual vans, going from fair to festival to hotels, just wherever we would play in between the fairs and festivals. So.
And you did 3 albums as a family band, right?
We did 2.
2, okay.
We did 2. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what's that to look
back
on?
With Mark Wright, and he was fresh out of Belmont.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's that like to look back on now, particularly with the new album out, with that time with your family, and traveling and making music, and now you're including your family, your immediate family in this album?
I mean, life has really come full circle to me because ever since I started singing at 8 years old, I haven't wanted to do anything else. And now my daughter's a singer-songwriter. She's at college, as we talked about. My husband went to Belmont and is a studio engineer as well as a musician and a songwriter and singer. So my dad's always done it. I've just always had it around me.
Yeah.
And always, like at Christmas time, that is literally what we do. We do karaoke. We sing, we have a great time, and we just, we do the songs that are funny, like my dad does Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, which is, and he does Baby Got Back.
Oh my gosh.
So, our Christmases, I think everybody would think, are a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. Well,
it's not calm.
Well, and your songwriting, we were talking before we came in studio, Jamie, to where you have always done such an incredible job of painting a picture with your lyrics. Just like There Is No Arizona. It's like when I first heard that and there was nothing on the air like that at the time. And what a great song to really put you on the map, and then so many more hits after that.
Thank you so much. Well, when we first wrote the song, I always take it like if I get tired of hearing it myself, like if I've just demoed a song, then it's probably going to have a burnout. But with Arizona, I would play it over and over again because I was so excited to hear it. Like I drove my husband crazy because he's like, stop playing that demo. I'm like, I can't. I love this song too much. And I have to give it up. Lisa Drew, I co-wrote the song with Shay Smith and Lisa Drew. Yeah. And Lisa Drew is a phenomenal lyricist. And the title came from a Stephen King movie, Dolores Claiborne.
Right.
So, then again, there's another great writer. And I had been to Sedona a couple of years ago for the first time, fell in love with the town, and back then it was a lot less commercial, and a lot of people didn't know about it. And I was like, between that and the Painted Desert, I mean, there's so many things to talk about in the state of Arizona.
Right.
So it's ironic we're saying there is no, but we're at the same time we're kind of visualizing for everybody what it's like to be there. So
such a great song. Well, and some of our viewers may not know this, and some of your fans, that you were a backup singer for Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
For 2 tours, right?
Right. Quite a lot of singing. We toured all over, places I'd never been, like Brussels and Paris, and I was in my early 20s, and it was just incredible. She's such a hard worker. We would do rehearsals sometimes for 10 hours, and she would do choreography, plus the dress rehearsals, plus, the lighting and everything, and it would just be hours and hours of work. And I never heard her complain. I'm sure she did, but never to her band and her backing vocalists and things like that. It was just fun. I mean, it was amazing to see the world and to be on a tour at that level. I mean, we were in double-decker buses, and going through the UK and seeing the world like that was incredible.
Well, and with your start here in Nashville, when you moved here, obviously you were singing a lot of demos, but then also you ended up backing up country music artists here too, Jamie.
I did a lot of demos. I sang the demo for This Kiss. I was lucky enough to really come in with a publishing deal in Nashville, but to sing demos on the side helped me because when people heard my voice, they would write with me. Right. I wouldn't necessarily get in a room with a writer like that, but because we became friends and I would sing demos for them, then that helped me.
Well, then also, it seems to me from, such an early age as a youngster singing, and then with all of your other experiences, everything kind of culminated in how you entertain on stage, and you're known for your live shows.
That's fantastic. Thank you. I mean, to me, performing is the reason why songwriters do what they do. It's like everything is about getting to that moment on stage. So that's my number one love. If someone said, you're going to be on the road next year for 200 days out of the year, I would be so happy. I mean, doing cartwheels down the road. I love being on the road. I mean, I love being home too, but I really, really, really love being out there performing night after night.
It's got to be a tough choice too when you go through your catalog on what songs to play.
Oh, it's not that. I don't have that many hits, but thank you, Eric. Thank you.
I'm just sorry. It's like, with, and certainly with the album that you did before this one, before Spirit and Joy, being able to do all those duets with.
That was amazing.
I mean, what a blast.
Amazing. Yeah, that was so much fun. And I really think that was the silver lining of the pandemic for me, was being able to create new music and getting the bug for it again. Writing, and then getting friends like Sarah Evans, Martina McBride, my daughter sang on Somebody's Hero. That inspired me so much again, and my love for those songs got a little deeper because I heard Martina singing it, I heard Sarah Evans singing it, Lauren Elena singing on Arizona. So yeah, that was a real, that was a godsend for me.
Well, and I couldn't help but think also that when you're out on tour, it's like if you're in an area where those artists happen to be, it would be easy for you to say, come on up on stage and let's do our duet again.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm I'm going to go to Muscle Shoals and find John Paul White.
There you go. I love that. Well, and speaking about Spirit and Joy, your latest album, you know, when I was listening to it, it reminded me of like the old Firestone albums my dad used to get as a kid. And it's like, I couldn't help but think, Jamie, it's like, this needs to be on vinyl.
Oh,
you know, this
absolutely.
is one of those, it's like, you know, with the artwork on the album and with the depth of the songs, and I know it's not available on vinyl now, you can add it to your playlist, and I hope get the CD and everything, but...
You can get it on Amazon, the
Okay.
CD, and you can all streaming platforms, and of course my website. And then next year we're going to be doing vinyl.
This is like, to me, it's the perfect album to decorate your house with.
Thank
You know,
you.
it's like I
Thank
could
you.
see having that on. And,
I
you
want to
know,
get a video of it. I want to see a video of you listening to the album,
I will totally
decorating
do that.
your house.
I will totally, because, you know, there's a lot of guitar ornaments.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I just can't help that.
And picks, little guitar
Yeah, little
picks.
guitar picks too. And I want to bring up, you know, you're already starting to work on your new album for next year.
Right,
of
we're
originals.
already writing a new original album, yeah.
So do you just write every day?
I've got about half of it ready to go.
Wow.
I don't write every day, especially on the road. That's really hard. But I write as much as I can, and I'm intentional about what I'm writing for and when I'm writing, because it's something that you really have to focus on, for me at least. And then when I get on the road, obviously the focus is how's the show going to be, you know, working with the band and that kind of thing. So it depends on what I'm doing as to what my focus is. Right now, you know, the new Christmas album and getting ready for Christmas.
Right.
And time with family and everything like that, kind of winding down.
Yeah, I mean, what a blast. And I mean, your vocals just keep sounding better, I think, especially
Thank
on
you.
this new album.
Thank
and
you.
certainly when you have
That's
an
amazing.
award-winning husband, you know, doing the mixing for you, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Rodney does a great job, and
we're
he knows
kind
how
of
to
a mom
treat
and
it.
pop operation over there, you know.
I like it when I can listen to an album, particularly with your songs, and I can pick out all of the instruments. It's like a nice tiramisu, you know. It's like all the layers are just right,
thank
but the
you.
voice is on top,
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely is. The vocals are out there for sure.
which they need to be.
But yeah, and my husband is a huge lover of steel guitar, so you hear that on the album a lot.
Which I like that, because some albums you just don't hear that anymore, and I kind of miss it.
I think it's coming back. I really do. And fiddle.
And you're bringing it back.
Never went out for me.
No.
Fiddle and steel.
No, I think that those are classic things, and I think certainly, you know, with this album, it helps us reminisce,
Yeah.
you know, about the holidays
Good.
and family and all that.
Thank you. I hope so.
Well, I want to make sure for our viewers, you know, for your shows, your touring, for the CD and everything else with your music, Jamie, where do they need to go website-wise and social media?
You can go to my website, jamieoneal.com. You can go to Bands in Town, which is a great app to follow your favorite bands. You can go to Songkick. I'm on Instagram, Jamie O'Neal Official. I'm on Facebook. I'm hardly ever on Twitter, I must admit, because I'm like, does anyone really want to know my thoughts for the day?
Lyrical thoughts?
Maybe.
You know? Yeah.
That's true. Maybe I'll just put a lyric out and people will be like, what does that mean?
That could be fun.
She's gone crazy.
I'll tell you what, and also be sure and follow her, because next year Spirit and Joy will be available on vinyl, which I will have my own copy also. But certainly add it to your playlist, get the CD, go out and see Jamie live. You're always going to enjoy that. Jamie O'Neal, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Eric.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.